$65,000, that's the check the Army will send straight to your student loan lender. And almost nobody who takes it reads the fine print, because that money is taxable, and grabbing it usually means handing back your GI Bill. But here's the part that flips the whole thing. The way most service members actually erase their loans isn't that enlistment check at all. It's a federal program that costs the military nothing.
Erica here, 2 doors. Door 1 is the enlistment cash, up to around $65,000 toward your loans. Door 2 forgives the balance after you serve.
I'm Fenrir, and before anyone celebrates Door 1, ask the harder question, is guaranteed cash now actually better than a forgiven balance later? Because Door 2, Public Service Loan Forgiveness, counts every month you serve. After 120 qualifying payments, the rest is wiped, and unlike the cash, that forgiveness isn't taxed.
Emma here, and precision matters, because Door 1 hides a cost nobody quotes. To take the enlistment repayment, you usually decline the Montgomery GI Bill in writing. You'd be trading a full education benefit for a taxable check.
And one switch flips the day you raise your right hand, whichever door you pick. The law caps the interest on every loan you took out before service at 6%. We put the full decision tree free at military.professorerica.com. With calculators to run your own numbers. Erica, one question keeps landing in our comments, and it frames this entire video. Take it.
Yeah, the one everyone asks. If the military pays off my loans, do I lose my GI Bill? Short version, with the enlistment cash, usually yes. With forgiveness, no. Let's show you exactly when each one is worth it.
That's the whole map. 2 doors, the tax trap, and a free path underneath both. Let's start with the check the recruiter actually pitches. Okay, door 1, the check the recruiter actually talks about. Emma, this is the one people misunderstand most. Walk us in, because there's a catch buried in how it pays.
It's the college loan repayment program, and it's real. But it's an enlistment incentive, which means it's written into your contract before you ever ship, and only specific jobs qualify. The Army says it plainly. Only certain military occupational specialties are eligible. Army and Navy are the headline programs, up to around $65,000 when it's offered, for select high-demand jobs.
And here's the mechanism, because the number sounds bigger than it lands. They don't hand you $65,000. They pay it down in thirds. About 1/3 of your balance after year 1, another third after year 2, the last third after year 3. Break the contract, and the schedule stops cold.
2 more branches, fast. Marines, smaller, recruiting-driven. Air Force enlisted, rarely on the table. Their confirmed program is the JAG Corps 1 for lawyers up to $65,000.
Wait. So for most enlistees, this whole they pay your loans pitch is really Army or Navy only?
Mostly, yes. Treat it as an incentive that turns on and off with recruiting needs, not a promise. If a recruiter offers it, get the exact amount and the qualifying job in writing before you sign anything.
Let me pause for just a second, because this genuinely helps. If you are getting value here, hit that like button, then subscribe and ring the bell. It costs you nothing, and it is the single biggest thing that keeps these videos coming.
Here's where that pitch quietly falls apart. Slow down with me, because 2 things shrink that $65,000 before you ever touch it. First one is taxes. The repayment counts as income the year it's paid. The government treats it like a bonus and withholds a chunk before you ever feel the benefit.
See, I assumed this worked like the GI Bill. Tax-free, clean, guilt-free money. That's how everybody pictures it.
That's the trap, Fenrir, and it's the exact opposite. The GI Bill is tax-free. The loan repayment is not. Plan on roughly 28% going to taxes.
Okay, that one lands. I hate it, but it lands.
Let's put real numbers on it. Say the Army pays $65,000 straight to your lender. The IRS treats that as income, so about $18,200 goes to taxes.
So the real value is about $46,800. Still real money, just nowhere near the sticker.
And there's the second cost. To take that repayment, you usually sign away the Montgomery GI Bill.
Wait, you give up the whole GI Bill just to take the cash?
Often, yes, and that's a full education benefit. Tuition, housing, books, for years. For many people, it's worth far more than a tax check. So the real question was never free money, yes or no. It's which benefit is worth more to you.
So let's actually settle this because it's the fork every recruit hits. On one side, take the enlistment cash and knock the loans out now. On the other, keep the GI Bill and let forgiveness do the work. Emma makes the case for the cash. Fenrir defends the GI Bill. I'll keep score and give you the verdict.
The cash wins on certainty. A qualifying soldier gets a defined amount paid on a defined schedule. Even after taxes, that's roughly $46,000 of real debt gone, guaranteed, whether or not you ever set foot in a classroom. A GI Bill you never use is worth zero.
And that's exactly the assumption I'd attack. You're comparing a taxed $46,000 against a GI Bill you're pretending nobody uses. Use it, and post 9/11 can cover full tuition plus a monthly housing allowance for years. That's a benefit worth well past $100,000, and none of it is taxed.
Hold there, both of you. Emma, honest question. Who is the cash actually right for?
The person who already has a degree, isn't going back, and is in a qualifying job. For them, the GI Bill is a coupon they'll never redeem, and the cash is the only benefit that pays.
Which is a real but narrow group. Most enlistees are 18, no degree yet, and that education benefit is the single most valuable thing in the contract. And here's the kicker. You don't even have to choose the cash to kill your debt. Keep the GI Bill, serve, and let public service loan forgiveness erase the balance for free. That's not a trade, that's both.
So here's the verdict, and here's what I'd actually do. For most people, keep the GI Bill and let forgiveness erase the loans. The smart play only flips to the cash in one case. You're in a qualifying job, you already hold your degree, and you'd never use the GI Bill anyway. The sources back that. Cash is certain, but the GI Bill is bigger and tax-free, and forgiveness costs you neither. Next, the free door almost nobody uses.
Now the door most people miss, and it fits almost everyone in uniform. Public service loan forgiveness. The rule is simple. Make 120 qualifying payments while you're in public service, and the rest of your federal balance is forgiven. And that forgiveness isn't taxed. To get the details exactly right, we brought in someone who knows these rules cold.
Here's what surprises people. Every month you're on active duty counts as qualifying public service. You don't need a special job or a special unit. You need federal direct loans, an income-driven plan, and 120 payments.
So a deployment doesn't reset the clock?
Just the opposite. While you're deployed or your income is low, your payment can drop to $0, and a $0 payment still counts toward the 120. Serve in a hostile fire area, and your interest can even stop entirely for up to 60 months.
Wait, $0 payments count toward forgiveness? That's the opposite of every private loan I've ever seen.
It is, and that's the entire point of the public service track. One caution for 2026 though. The SAVE plan was struck down and ended, so don't wait on it. Enroll in IBR, PAYE, or ICR instead. Same idea, and the payments still count.
One precise catch. Confirm your loans are federal direct loans. If they're older FFEL loans, consolidate them into a direct consolidation loan first, or the payments won't count.
Direct loans, an income-driven plan, and keep serving. That's the version that costs the military nothing and asks nothing of your GI Bill.
Whatever door you pick, do these before you send a single payment because none of it happens on its own.
1. The 6% cap. Every loan you held before service can be capped. Send your active duty orders to your loan servicer and hold the rate at 6%.
2. If you deploy to a hostile fire or imminent danger zone, you can stop interest entirely on your direct loans for up to 60 months. That's zero interest, not reduced interest.
3. Active duty deferment. You can pause payments during service and just after. Use it when cash is genuinely tight. But if you're chasing forgiveness, a $0 income-driven payment usually beats a pause because a pause may not count toward the 120.
And here's the one mistake that quietly undoes all of it: assuming it's automatic. It isn't. So here's the afternoon that locks it in.
Emma, this next one trips almost everyone up. Ask it.
Okay, a real one I don't fully know. If I already used part of my GI Bill, can I still take the enlistment loan repayment?
Usually no. The enlistment repayment is locked at your contract, up front, and it's an either-or you pick before you'd ever touch the GI Bill. If you've already used GI Bill months, the cash program is likely off the table. Check your specific contract, but don't count on stacking them.
That's the map. Pick your door, cap your old loans, and don't leave a forgiven balance sitting on the table. Quick landing, 2 doors. Enlistment cash that's taxable and usually costs your GI Bill, or forgiveness that costs neither, plus 3 protections most people never claim.
The move for you tonight. Check whether your loans are federal direct loans and cap the old ones at 6%. 10 minutes and you keep real money.
And the next one is the fight nobody agrees on. We run the on-base versus off-base housing math, and the number went somewhere I honestly did not expect.
And keep every document. Paper is how service members win these fights.
If this saved you from a surprise tax bill, hit like. It helps the next person find it. Subscribe, and we keep these numbers current every year, because these programs change. One, we honestly can't settle for everyone. Would you take the $65,000 and give up the GI Bill, or keep the GI Bill and chase forgiveness? Tell us below. Remember this: if it clicked for you, it clicked because someone explained it right. Pass it on.
Well done, Bella. I might let you do this more often. This is Professor Erica. Thanks for watching and signing off.